Hey everybody, so another beautiful day here in East Tennessee. We are at the John Sevier birthplace,
Marble Springs
and
in Knox County.
Yep, and they're having a little festival thing here today. I don't remember what it's
Living
called.
History.
Living History.
Sevier Days.
Sevier Days. There we go, Sevier Days. So, follow us.
So here we go, walking into the complex.
Yeah.
It is fantastic here. It's one of my favorite places, love.
Yes.
They have a gift store. This is a free event. And reenactors, storytelling.
We're very happy to have you here. I'm sure you've got brochures at the front desk. We have all types of activities, including dancing, music, blacksmithing, weaving, you name it. We got all stuff going on today, so feel free. It's a great day to explore our hiking trails, our arboretum, our buildings, of course. Talk to those people who are dressed up. They're more than happy to talk to you about history. But of course, we wanted to start off with a proclamation. So thank you to Mayor Jacobs right over here. He's going to kick us off for Sevier Day 2024. So without further ado, I'll hand over the mic to Mayor Jacobs.
Thank you, Kyle. This is a proclamation on behalf of the people of Knox County to publicly recognize John Sevier. And it reads, whereas John Sevier displayed exemplary courage and leadership during the American Revolution, most notably at the Battle of Kings Mountain, where his valor significantly contributed to the colonial victory. And whereas John Sevier demonstrated leadership and unwavering dedication in his efforts to establish and govern the since-lost state of Franklin, a testament to his commitment to the principles of self-governance and statehood. And whereas Governor John Sevier played a crucial role in the founding and governance of the state of Tennessee, serving for 6 terms, and laying a strong foundation for the state's future prosperity and development. And whereas Congressman John Sevier extended his service to the nation as a member of the United States House of Representatives, where he continued to advocate for the interests of his constituents until his death in 1850. Now therefore I, John Jacobs, Knox County Mayor, do hereby proclaim September 21st, 2024 as Sevier Day in Knox County, and urge all citizens to join me in this observance. Thank you.
Hey, ready? Hey! Fire! Reload in front.
Well, the other guy takes a long time to reload too. Yeah. Pretty fortunate.
Shoulder.
Civil War in it, so say that it's loaded.
Hold it. Fire up. Hey, ready? Hey! One. Prime and reload.
I can do it.
Nothing like the smell of
Yeah,
sharpened.
right.
Shoulder reloaded.
Gotta love the smell of that black powder.
Hold it. Fire up. Hey, ready? Hey! Fire! Shoulder, fire lock. Right turn face to the rep. Militia company, dismissed. Hip hip, huzzah!
What is the name of your group?
So we are Wild Blue Yonder. There's the three of us here, Phil Coward, myself, I'm Christiana McCombs-Arline, and this is Melissa Wade. And so we're Wild Blue Yonder. We play all kinds of folk music, Appalachian, Celtic, gospel. We love playing for events like this, like at Marble Springs, and we're based out of Knoxville.
Excellent.
There's a wonderful power in the blood. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood, in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb.
So
It is a beautiful cake.
it's a beautiful cake, and we got cupcakes as well. And
Are you cutting cakes? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm holding
no,
Oh, you're holding the sign.
proclamation that the mayor read.
Oh,
we have a really cool Scarlet Oak over there, but it's definitely not.
the Mayor Kane.
And
I mean,
he's
because he died in
putting
1815.
the 279th birthday
So he lived a pretty long life, 70 years.
celebration.
Yeah, it's a set, it was
And even got cuppy cakes.
I put the trash here for that.
Alrighty, everyone. Well, thank you once again for joining us for Sevier Day. We are celebrating his 279th birthday. He looks pretty good for 279, if you ask me. So join with us is Commissioner Fox over here. So he's our new commissioner for District 9. So we're very happy to have him. We're going to cut the cake. The cake will go to whoever wants it, but we also have cupcakes if you want to make it nice and easy. So that's thanks to Magpies. They've donated the cupcakes for us today to celebrate. They are going to be very delicious. I can't wait. I probably should stop talking so I can eat them. So we're going to sing happy birthday if that's all right with you guys. So I would like to kick it off.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sevier. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Alrighty.
So we're gonna go in this house here. I can't believe Stephanie got out of line for getting some cake, but she did.
This place was relocated here from a property about 15 miles away.
As a tavern, or it was
According to what they can determine from what they know about the place, it
And the
wasn't.
size?
It was the end.
Was there sleeping quarters upstairs
yes,
as well?
There are bunks upstairs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because the
boards are wearing out
upstairs.
upstairs.
The boards are wearing out upstairs. We can no longer allow guests.
That happens.
Yeah.
That we lived in the 1790s.
House,
Where that happens. You couldn't roll a marble across without it going
I
in
tried to
quarter.
set up 9-pin over here, and I was like, none of these boards are straight. None of them are flat.
And these are just examples of some of the games that you have over here in the gift shop too, right?
Yeah, that's true. There are several of those.
This is an old non-pin bowling setup. We have chess, checkers, sliders, dice, a precursor trick-taking game to what would later become like hearts or spades called whist.
All right, so I'm gonna go check out this one. I do not remember from our last video which building was which.
They do give you a map, and this would be the house and the kitchen, I think.
Yeah, I do believe you may be correct. And I also don't know if there are reenactors in everyone or not.
Okay,
How you doing there?
we're terrific. Or would you be John Sevier?
I'm not. John Sevier is that officer standing right over there. I'm just a regular old militia guy right here.
Well, tell us about your ho-hum militia life.
Well, you know, I'd be delighted to do that. If you were a man 200 years ago, between the ages of 16 and dead, you were expected to be a part of the militia. And the militia is the neighborhood police force, army, whatever was necessary. So you had to supply your own fire law. Usually you had to supply your own powder, and then usually in places, probably not as much way out here where we are, but particularly more toward the towns closer to the East Coast, you were expected like once a month to go be a part of the militia training. And some guy that had a friend whose brothers, cousins, aunts, nephews, brother-in-law's friend used to be in the Army would be in charge, and he'd boss everybody around trying to teach them how to act like an Army. But John Sevier had about a 240-person militia in this area. And then on up the road a little ways, and a guy named Isaac Shelby with another 240 men. And in 1780, the revolution was still going on, and in 1778, up until 1778, all the battles had been fought up north. Nothing had gone on down south. And then in 1778, they weren't winning enough up there, so they decided to come south. And so they started by laying siege to Charleston, which eventually surrendered without a fight because the Navy had them on one side and the Army had them on the other, and they surrendered all the Army we had in the South. And then in August of 1780, there was a battle in Camden. And George Washington sent a new general down here, and he wasn't a very good general, Horatio Gates. And have you ever seen the movie The Patriot?
Yeah.
Okay, well, in that last battle there, and none of those battles are a real battle because the people who made The Patriot knew that if they made a real battle and did anything wrong, the historians would poo-poo their movie. So they just sort of made their conglomerate. They just showed things that happened. It wasn't a real battle. But you notice the militia, the non-soldiers were in the middle of that line. Okay? That's not what you want to do because those men are not trained. They don't have any bayonets, and the British all have bayonets. And once you get close, it's hard to get reloaded before some guy can run over and stab you with a bayonet, because I have reenacted at the Battle of Camden, and I got killed in the bayonet charge last year because I was trying to load one more time. I couldn't get loaded in time, and I got skewered. I usually die down there. I can't seem to survive that battle. Militia groups were out and about and around, and then the British decided, well, what we'll do is make the Americans fight this war for us. So they would recruit Americans that were called loyalists or Tories. And so Major Patrick Ferguson and Bannister Tarleton were out recruiting all over North and South Carolina. Now Tarleton is that bad guy in The Patriot. That's who that's supposed to be. He loosely based on him. He was rotten. We didn't like him at all. Ferguson was a little bit more gentlemanly, and he would come and try and recruit you, and he was doing quite well. He recruited some 4,000 men to join him.
Wow.
But he had a force running around over here, and occasionally he'd run into these militia groups. Well, he'd have to fight this little battle, and they never lasted long. But he had captured some guys, and he knew that one of those guys had a cousin that was Isaac Shelby, militia leader. And he said, I'm going to let you go, but you have to take his note to your cousin. And the note basically said, if y'all don't cut this out, I'm going to march my army over this mountain. I'm going to burn down your house. I'm going to hang all your leaders. I'm going to burn your fields and do bad stuff. The people that were over here illegally. Oh, yeah. Because they had come across the mountain after the king drew a line across the mountain, or else they were here already, but most of them had gone across after that. And the king told the white people they had to go back on the other side of the mountains. These people over here tended to be Scottish and Irish, and they hated the daggum king before they got here. So when the king said, you got to come back over, they went. Sevier was a wealthy man, and he was elected the leader. So when he is talking about what do we want to do about this threat, he's not telling people what to do. He's saying, what do you want to do? Because if everybody's not in on it, it ain't happening. And so, you got a bunch of good Scottish Irish guys getting a threat. And he said, well, you want to wait over and see if he shows up? And he went, no, we do not. Our homes and our families are here. Let's go over there and kick his fanny. And so we rounded the boys up and we got him. That's just what you do. And so they went over there completely on their own. A woman named Mary Patton, who was a gunpowder maker, gave him 500 pounds of powder.
We've met Mary.
Yeah, she's a fine lady. That's about a half a pound of powder. That's a powder horn full. for 1,000 men. And so that made it possible to go fight this battle.
On the fiddle. Woo. Thank y'all. These tunes are so much fun.
Got the blacksmith.
Such a beautiful day, and it's just the best kind of little festival ever.
Yeah.
With the living history all over the place.
Going to the loom room, Stephanie's favorite place.
Hi, welcome to the loom house. Love the loom rooms.
Everywhere we go, and speaking of sharing music,
The warp is this thread here. And the weft is this thread here.
Okay.
How long does it take you?
To warp the loom here in the loom house with no air conditioning, it took me two 8-hour sessions.
Just to set it?
Just to set it up.
Wow.
At home, it takes me about 12 hours because I have air conditioning and I don't have to stop every half hour to prevent heat stroke. To weave it, if I were here every day for 8 hours, it would take me about a week.
My gosh.
To do 15 yards, which is what's warped on right now.
How you doing?
I am tamping down the thread. So because this thread is too thick for the reed, but historically they would have only had one of these, which is the reed, I'm doing what they would have done and using a tamper, or what's called a weaving fork, which is this.
Would this been a blanket for?
No, this is for this is winter weight wool fabric that will be sewn into a dress for a little girl.
Oh, so it'd be clothing.
Yes, this would be clothing. Blankets would have been would be done with a much thicker yarn.
So
the
this would be
weft.
okay. And did you call blankets coverlets?
It depended on the weight of it. So a coverlet was typically a lighter blanket that would have gone over a heavier woolen blanket, and they would have been much more decorative. You would have had like the interlocked concentric circles of the wedding blankets, or you would have had interlocked squares or even diamond shapes. And those were called coverlets because they covered the the other blankets, but were lighter. the heavier woolen blankets, depending on where you were in the country, could have had 2 layers of cotton fabric with a wool batting quilted in between. But that was for the colder climates where you got a lot of snow. Get down here in the south, you would have had what they affectionately termed a horse blanket, because when they got too ragged to be on your bed, they'd have been used to cover horses with, and they were a much thicker, heavier wool.
Ooh,
Lots of good stuff in there.
dinner.
So you actually do that. Yes.
Yeah, that looked like pretty good dinner, but we're having
Pancakes and sausages
yep,
for dinner.
banana pancakes, maple salt sausages. I don't know. I want banana pancakes.
Maple syrup days.
Yeah. When you come down here, I remember you have to be careful about the wampus cat. There's the wampus cat.
Together only. I know my way is rough and steep. The beauty is fields that lie out before me, where God's redeemed their vigils keep. Oh, I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going.
All right. I know we love that. This was an awesome day.
Awesome day.
Awesome place.
Yeah, we highly recommend
Marble Springs.
Marble Springs.
Yeah.
Sevier's. We're getting bombarded by falling leaves. Heck, it's fall already. Come on now.
Right. So we want to thank everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, have a Steph-N-Lee day.